Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Diamond Painting and Stitching with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope good. Excuse me. Been in and out with my daughter. Her and her husband and the two grandkids just came over. They had to fix my water that was leaking in the hall. It's supposed to be like a thing that you can hook up, like one of those stackable washer and dryers. So they had to come and fix that because it was leaking. My son, a couple of years ago, had come over and changed it out. So, because there was no way I was ever going to get a washer and dryer in there or find one, So, anyway, hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. And as you can see, I've been working on the Autumn Quakers from Rosewood Manor. And I'll tell you a little story. So, I got out the material that they sent, which is this right here. It's beautiful material. But I've tried several times. You can see where I tried to take it out. It's just way too small. So, I have come to a realization. We'll have this lovely piece of material for something. I don't know what, but I'm not doing cross stitch on it. I tried 2/2. I tried 1/1. No, I can't do it. Okay, so, and that was like an hour and a half. I know, was like, nope, we're going to throw this in the corner. So, I found this piece of material, and I have no idea what it is, but it's not 80 cloth. So, if anybody out there knows what this is, and I'll show you the other side, because it was much easier to do the count, on this side, because it has little bumps. But you can actually see, and make a cross stitch on it. So this is what I'm using, and I have quite a bit of it. I had to figure out how far over to come and all that. I got my little needle minder on there. The one I made, it was a little, for a little tiny Christmas tree. There was several of these little wooden things. So I just made them into a needle minder for Christmas. But I've gotten this much done. It's not very much, in the whole scheme of things. So I'm starting at this corner. And I have gotten right up to that point. I don't know that you can see that. Let me see if I can bring it in just a little bit closer. But, so, I mean, it's going well. I mean, I got that much done. I started this on Tuesday night and got a little bit of it done, and then I did the rest of it. And last night when I got home from my son's, we had a really good time and got to go and drive around town in the snow, and there's always plenty of snow where he's at, because that's just what it does at 10,000 feet. So, this is what we're working on today. And so how did everybody's Christmas go? I hope they had a good time. I don't know if some people went away, like, totally for the holiday, and be gone till the first of the year or whatever. But we didn't, because I got to go to work tomorrow. And this only has 10 colors to it. So I went and purchased colors based on the names. So these are all the colors that I'm using. Some of these are awfully close, so I don't know if I will use them or not. I'm not real good at, like, redoing things until I see where they lay in the pattern. So my brain can't function that way. So, I'll just keep going, and maybe I'll just use the colors that I'm using right here for this one, and then maybe I'll change it on the next one. I have no idea. But it is going okay. I gotta see what color I need here. X. So I need X. And X is number 86, which is 3350. 3350, which is kind of a dark, deep rose color. It said ripened plum, so, you know, maybe it should have been more purple. I don't know. I just went with what I thought, and that's where we're going with this, so. But, other than that, this is all I worked on yesterday. I was just so tired. I know it's stupid, but I laid down about 9 o'clock last night and got up about 10:30. I just was fried. And then I went to bed about, let me see. About midnight or so. But, see how that color and that color are about the same? I'm not real fond of that, but I'm not taking it out. We're just going to kind of go with the flow. And I'm using 3 strands. And this is really nice fabric. It's, you know, good and soft. And so it's going pretty well. Let me see if I can get you where I need it to be. But I'm just taking one motif at a time and going from there. You know, I've never used a big pattern like this. But I have come to the conclusion that if I do, I had to see how many I had to do, sorry. If I wanted to do any more patterns, I am just going to find out like how many so-called holes there are, you know, because it'll tell you this one is actually 170 by 270. So I just counted it over, and I'm not going to use anything smaller than a 14 count Aida because I just can't see it, and I'm not going to be miserable through the whole project. There's 2 more big patterns that I want to get. One is Death by Cross Stitch, and the other one is His Eye is on the Sparrow. Those are the 2 big ones that I want to do. This material is really weird, but I don't know if I can get it close enough. But look at it. It kind of reminds me of seersucker to a certain extent, but I don't know if it'll show up that there's holes there. So I'm just using it to cross stitch. I don't know if this is hardanger. I have no idea because I've never gotten a hardanger before. I don't know what it is. But it's got a grid to it, and the grid is pretty consistent. I mean, I don't know what it's made of. I got this piece of material at the thrift store. When I picked it up, I thought it was Aida cloth, so I just picked it up with the rest of that blue and that other color that I had, that I used for my other, what do you call it, for my sampler that I was doing. So we'll just go with it. I just don't know. Okay, I think that's all of that color. But it sews really nice. And I'm just using, I tried to use a, what do you call it? I'm getting there. I tried to use one of my quilting needles for that really fine material that I got. But I just couldn't see where I was stitching. And with linen, it's not as consistent, I don't think, as the Laguna. Hang on just a second. Or even weave. I don't know. It's a pretty piece of fabric, and I thought maybe I would wash this in cold water when it's done. It's going to be a while. In cold water, and maybe possibly a little woolite. I don't know. You know, depending on what it looks like in the end. And Then I thought I would try to dye it with coffee or tea in cold water, not hot water. And that way the colors would stay color fast. You know what I mean? I don't know. Or I may just leave it white. I have no clue. And I'm not putting a date on this. And I like this pattern because, like I said, it has the key on each page that you're working on. And it has 1, 2, maybe three little mini patterns. It says, be creative, stitch the above motif as a scissor fob. And the other one says, be creative, using waste canvas or wash away grid stitch any of the motifs on the front of an apron or a sweatshirt. Stitch on placemats or napkin rings. So it gives you ideas, but it also comes with little mini patterns that you can use. So I don't know that I'll use that, but I thought that was kind of neat that they included that in the big pattern, you know, that they gave you. And it's all pretty concise, you know, like I said, that you only got to worry about 12 different colors. And it's real easy to read. So I find that nice. So 770. 770 is 977. So we'll see. But like I said, I'm not going to get too hep up or carried away. I think this is... I'm not real good at picking out threads, colors. You know, unless it was... I guess I could have done this all in one color. But it's supposed to be autumn colors, so we'll see. And like I said, I did not want to spend a whole lot of money on it if I was not going to be able to do the pattern. And so far it's just cross stitch. I don't know where that... There was one other stitch pattern, shall we call it, for an Algerian stitch. And I don't know where that goes. Haven't gotten that far, so I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get there, you know. Not too bad. But, yeah, I really like this material. It's pretty. And it's so easy to stitch on. And this pattern is easy to read. We're coming down to the end of this motif on this end. I think I've got everything up, you know, on both sides done, so I've almost finished this one motif, and then I'll go on to the next one. And it's not like I don't have any thread, because I have thread out the yin-yang for other projects. I know it's kind of difficult to see, but we had a good time yesterday at my son's house. Got to see my grandkids and visit with them, and my grandson, who is 6, I told you I got him the little bitty, they're little animals like a giraffe and a panda bear and this and that, and he picked out the panda bear to diamond paint, and I cut it so that it was just that he had to focus on. He sat there before we ate dinner and did half of it. And then after dinner, and we cleared off the table and everything, he worked on the other half. And before I got home, he had finished that whole little panda bear. And it was only 2 colors. And he sat right down and did it. And they all started working on their diamond paintings. So it gave them all something to do. So I was pretty pleased with that. And I had to laugh at my oldest granddaughter, who wanted the Elvis one. She opened it up and she said, "Oh, thanks." You know, she knew what it was because she had wanted to start, and she didn't look at it. And her sister, who is 14, she opened hers and showed her it was a penguin. And the oldest one goes, "Oh, I want to trade. I want to trade." I said, "You best look at that and make sure that that's what you want to do." And she opened it up and found out it was Elvis because she loves Elvis. She goes, "Oh, nope, 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 not trading, not trading. Never mind, forget it, not trading." So yeah, she was really pleased. So she got one whole corner done on hers while I was there. So thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, I think they all had a good time. And my 6-year-old grandson, he got a small, what do you call it? Snowmobile. So he's got his snow pants on and his helmet on, and he was riding around the street. He thought he was just hot. So he just loved that. So, but I'm glad they all had a good time, and they had a good time at my daughter's house, and everybody got where they needed to be for Christmas, and everybody had a good time. And the electricity, one year the electricity didn't work, but off and on, because one of the poles, I don't know, something about the lines and the poles broke because the winds were like 60, 70 mile an hour winds. So they were trying to fix that, and I don't think I came home to a cold house because I was at my son's house that year. And hang on, I gotta put this thread away, or not know where it belongs. He I mean, she was cooking something in the crock pot. I don't know if it was ham or whatever it was, but it just, the electricity kept going and coming and going and coming, and she just barely got dinner served that year. So at least we didn't have all that problem this year, so that helped. Tarnished. I like this. It's like a brownish green, and I picked it out for tarnished. But oh, I'm sure that it would have just been lovely colors. But this is what I'm working on because I've never done anything like this before, so I'm not going to invest a whole bunch of money on it until I find out whether or not I like it. And that's just the way I am. I did that with diamond painting, you know. I just won't do it. But especially when the thread is like between $5 and $6 a shot, you know, it just doesn't work. And I guess that Death by Cross Stitch is done in one color. So I thought I'd use a kind of a teal blue and then find some Aida cloth that went with it. But, and maybe a blue background, you know, like a pale blue. We'll use both the blues because I do like blue. That is a beautiful pattern, but we will see. I mean, I just want to get the pattern, and then I'll go from there, you know, as to what I want to use color-wise. But it's pretty involved, and I think it takes, God, it'd probably take 10, 12 skeins of whatever color you picked, you know. So, I don't know. It's just something for the future, but for right now, I'm liking working on this. And I haven't worked, not this week, it's been too chaotically weird. It's, you know, first one stupid thing and then another that we had to deal with. So, I'm glad I didn't have any more to do than what we did. Okay, I'm almost there, guys. Hang on. But, yeah, there's probably, it's not, this material isn't very wide. Let me see here. Oh, goodness gracious. Could we have everything shoved into one place? It's about, oh, like 17¼ inches across. And then there's probably a good 2 yards, you know, because I've got it all folded up so it, when I turn back and forth. So it's just like somebody cut a section out of this material, and I've never, it's smooth on this side, but on the other side it's kind of a bump. But it stitches up beautifully, so we're just going with it. And you know me, I like to use recycle stuff, you know. I don't know what anybody would have made out of this and how old it is. I have nothing, because it was just sitting there. So I like to recycle materials. I even looked to see if I could find any clothes that I could cut apart, you know, to make something small with, you know. But I didn't find anything or any material that I liked, so something on that. Alright, so I got, let me look. Okay, we got all that done. I need 2 stitches of 6, P6. Number, well, that's weird. Huh. Hang on, guys. This will take a moment. 902, I think. That's the color. No, that's my aged wine. 816. Now I got another color here. Well, that says 22. That's weird. And this says 22. Did I get 2 of the same? Well, I'll have to pick another color out. So, or just put one in. We're just going to use that goldy color for the time being. Hopefully I won't have to and then go get another color, which won't be too bad. I'm sure that guy will be open. He was open Christmas Eve. Got it backwards. And that's when I went and got this thread. Was pretty much after I did the unbagging. I thought I'd take a chance that he was open. Oh, for pity's sake. I'm telling you guys. Today, I woke up, excuse me, about 9 o'clock, and I felt so bad. I sat here and had like 4 sips of coffee, and I went back to bed, and I didn't get up until, well, that was attractive. Pulled that right through. And went back to bed until like 11:45. I was just fried. I'm just overly tired. I thought for a moment there I was getting sick, but didn't get any worse for wear. I gotta put a stitch in the middle of these 2 little duties. But, so we'll see how it goes. You know, I'll keep you informed. Like I said, I may change colors here and there and just go for what I like, but, because I'm sure a blues, it should have some blue mixed in it, just because of the way it looks. Yeah, the blues and the oranges are complementary colors, so I'm going to just do 1 stitch and get rid of it, because I'm not going that far. But I'm glad I found this material, so I didn't have to invest. I'm upset that I can't do those beautiful linens, and because it's so small. And I even went and dug out my magnifying, what do you call it? My light that's a magnifier, and tried to do it that way, and it was just too small. Just too small. Too old for that, and it's beautiful fabric. But I did see, I went to 123 Stitch, and I can get several different beautiful shades of Aida cloth, and I'm happy. You know, if I can see it and I can stitch it, it's not a waste. So, there we go. But I just wanted to come on here and finish that part, show you that much. So we'll see how much I get done the rest of the week. But thank you for showing up. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And please hit the bell, and that way you'll know when my next video comes out. You all have a good rest of your day. and your holiday season. God bless. Bye bye.